Hello and welcome to another Design and Planning Update. My name's Tim O'Lone and I'm coming to you live from the inner Western Melbourne quarantine zone, right on the boundary. I'm standing in Flemington Racecourse, and just over there is Ascot Vale, postcode 3032. Shh. Today though, forget all of that. Today, I'll be talking to Matt Rolley, who leads our design and planning group and also our broader architectural group with James Dorrit. And I'll be asking him, what are the challenges that team's facing up there? What are the really cool projects that he's really excited about? Where he sees that team going in the next few years? And also asking Matt to set us a challenge. So just a sec, I think he's calling now. Hang on, Matt, is that you? Okay, I'll see you soon. G'day, Matt, are you there? Excellent, coming in loud and clear. Now, Matt, you've got a bit of a unique team compared to other design and planning teams across Australia and New Zealand. You've got James Dorrit leading the architectural practice nationally, but within your broader Queensland group, you've got David Henderson leading the awesome Sunshine Coast team. You know, it's a pretty unique setup. What's really exciting about your larger team up in Queensland?
Tim, well, as you know, we think we're a little bit unique up here in Queensland, and I think we are. And from our, I suppose the practice makeup is a little bit different to the rest of the country. So it's got its nuances there with planning, landscape architecture and architecture there. And I think it's how we work together across all of those disciplines, which is something that sets itself apart a little bit, but also means that we work together and collaborate really well. So for me, stretching from that, and you know what kind of drove me to join AECOM, because I've been here for 3 years now, is really this depth and breadth of the projects that the studio can tackle, and the level of influence we have. So some of those things are a Green Heart project, which is a massive bit of public space, 250 hectares on the Gold Coast, which is really going to transform the way the Gold Coast plays. Our architects are influencing social outcomes for Olympic Dam with BHP and embodying those outcomes in new master plans. Our planners are working with our water team across QNT, particularly in Wamgaran, which is a strawberry area, which are looking to build new resilient infrastructure around water. We're doing a lot of structure planning in greenfield communities for local government, which is really interesting in an area that's growing very rapidly. Trade and enterprise spines, which is some work that the Queensland Treasury is running through our city deal, and we're helping to coordinate policy and infrastructure investment across a really large area. And then particular things, interesting things like these rain and solar trees that the team are designing for Town City Council, which is going to be part of this new tourism walk and connection from the CBD to the new stadium. Really interesting stuff.
That diversity of projects is a real testament to the multidisciplinary approach that you've been crafting and positioning for up in Queensland. So well done. Looking ahead now, though, COVID-19 throws up a hell of a lot of challenges for everybody all around the planet. How are you in Queensland with your team positioning to take advantage of the opportunities or really looking ahead to mitigate against any of the negative impacts in the next, couple of years?
Well, I think it's good you mentioned COVID. It's the short-term thing that everyone's thinking of, and we're thinking of it as well. We were thinking about how we worked from home, but pretty quickly we had to turn our mind to how do we rebound, and how do we make sure we keep a backlog of projects rolling through, and start to look at the sectors that might ramp up, the ones that might plateau or decline. We also need to demonstrate the value to the business. What does design and planning bring, and what does what do we do well? We do long-term thinking really well, and a lot of our projects, have got planning horizons or design horizons, which could be 10 plus years, 30 in some cases. So what does that mean for the here and now, and what does that mean for, say, a transport team or a water team or our other sectors? What might they see? What might that pipeline look like? And how do we bring some of that long-term thinking to help those areas position, and also help them position?
Matt, that integrated approach, you're right, is so important. Could you name maybe, say, 3 big projects in the next 2 to 3 years that you really want to be leading on behalf of the organisation?
Things we're working on is an SEQ Olympics, which is sitting out there. Brisbane Live, sort of a 15,000 seat stadium, which is around our, is sitting around Cross River Rail. A lot of defence work and transport projects we're positioning for at the moment. So look, in 2 years' time, it'd be great if we're actually working on those jobs.
Yeah, some seriously excellent projects there, Matt. Hopefully we get on all of them, our unfair share. Now, Matt, just to end off, if you could give all of design and planning a bit of a challenge for the next 6 months to 12 months, what would it be?
Tim, I think the challenge there is clients, buy skill, expertise, track record, and certainty. They also buy people.
Yes.
And I think as designers and as planners and architects, I think it's important that we're able to showcase our people and what their experience is. So I think the challenge is I'm keen to hear ideas in a new digital world beyond LinkedIn and other things. How do we showcase our people in a company that's a global company with 70,000 employees? How do we then put our finger on who is the go-to person in Brisbane for a particular discipline? I'm keen to hear people's ideas.
Yeah, Matt, that's a hell of a challenge as well. It's a huge task. Design and planning, getting our key people right in front of our clients, getting them to know what our people do, what we're good at, and who they are. That's incredibly important. Well, thank you very much, Matt. It's been an awesome challenge and awesome chat with you.
Thanks, Tim.
And for everybody else, stay tuned to the next update.